Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where today we are going to be going over the viewing figures for Doctor Who, including the overnights for Wild Blue Yonder as well as the consolidated for the Star Beast. The numbers are in and they are looking very, very strong. But before we get into it, if you could do me a teeny tiny little favour and click that subscribe button, it'd be very much appreciated. We're trying to get as many subscribers as possible before the end of the year, and any support would be greatly appreciated. But with that said, let's get right into it. So as always, Lisa Nozimba revealed the overnights for Wild Blue Yonder first. Doctor Who, Wild Blue Yonder had an overnight UK audience of 4.83 million TV viewers on BBC One last night. According to BARB figures, Strictly was the most watched with 7.82, I'm a Celebrity got 5.05. As ever, 7-day and 28-day consolidated figs will be the most significant ones. This is really good. This is only a drop-off from about 200,000 of the Star Beast's viewers, which is really, really strong. Some more details: over a third of people watching TV at the time were watching Doctor Who, 36%, 1.6 million more than the BBC slot average, peak of over 6.3 million, 41% of the total audience, so that's the max amount of people that were watching at any one given time, and I assume that the number of 4.83 were the people who watched it to completion on BBC One, I assume. Unleashed on BBC Three had nearly 5 times the BBC Three slot average. From what I saw, it got around 200,000 viewers on BBC Three, as opposed to the first episode's 300,000, so that's still doing very well for BBC Three. So yeah, overall, Wild Blue Yonder only experienced a slight dip from the Star Beast, and that should probably translate into the consolidated figures. Speaking of which, consolidated ratings. Doctor Who The Star Beast adds over 2.5 million and becomes the third most watched title of the week across all channels, only behind I'm a Celeb and Strictly. More details. So before we get into that, I wanted to go over these figures because I think these are really the most interesting parts of this. So that's 2.8 million more than the highest rating episode of Corrie that week, 3.2 million more than the highest rating of Emmerdale that week, and double the highest rating of EastEnders that week, and the highest rated drama of the week by nearly 1 million viewers. And as TV Zone points out, in terms of top 10 most watched titles of the week, Doctor Who is level, and in most cases higher, with what Series 4 was charting in 2008. The previous New Era launch in 2018 was also the third most watched title of the week. So in conclusion, whilst we're not at 10 million viewers, where it's actually charting in terms of the top 10 is the same as it was, or in most cases better than it was, in Series 4. But for more details here, we've got the TV Zone article. Doctor Who The 7-day consolidated ratings revealed. Consolidated ratings by BARB show that the Star Beast added over 2.5 to consolidate to 7,605,000 over the following 7 days. This figure is UK viewing only and includes those who watch on BBC iPlayer and catch up within the first week of broadcast. So that's a really important thing to note. This doesn't include Disney Plus's international numbers, so I feel like you could at very least add a couple million more to that number within the first week. So yeah, Doctor Who isn't going anywhere, guys. Doctor Who The Star Beast was the third most watched title of the week across all channels, the 10th most watched episode of a TV programme of the week, 7 episodes of I'm a Celebrity plus 2 episodes of Strictly Come Dancing, BBC One's third most watched programme of the week, and most watched drama of the week. So yeah, you can see here the top 10, and you can see it's all dominated by I'm a Celebrity and Strictly, and then Doctor Who The Star Beast, 7.6 million. So one thing that a lot of people point out to me is that, oh, it's not in the days of 10 million viewers, but as you can see by this, even peak shows like I'm a Celebrity aren't quite reaching 10 million viewers anymore. It's not really the norm for something to exceed 10 million viewers anymore. 7.6 is extremely good in the current TV climate for a non-sort of talent or I guess competition show like I'm a Celebrity or Strictly. That's incredibly good. And as I say, it beat out Corrie, EastEnders and Emmerdale, and all other dramas that week. And then according to Super TV, Doctor Who's first 60th anniversary special has consolidated to 7.6 million viewers, the third biggest show of the week. It's Doctor Who's highest rating special since 2017, and highest non-Christmas special since David Tennant's last appearance in the 50th anniversary in 2013. So when you actually look at it, it's the highest rated special since 2017, since the late Capaldi era, and in terms of if you take Christmas specials out of that equation, it's the highest since the 50th, so it's still done incredibly well. So if you see channels saying that, oh, the ratings are plummeting, it's doing terribly, don't listen, it's doing incredibly well. As we saw by that list, most things don't get 10 million anymore. Even the peak of British broadcasting doesn't get that because less people watch TV. And also, an important thing to factor in with Doctor Who is that its demographic tends to skew younger, so therefore, with things like Strictly, obviously, that has an older audience, so they're more likely to watch via terrestrial TV. However, for most people of my generation, they'll tend to watch it via iPlayer, myself included. I didn't watch it via BBC One, I watched it via iPlayer, and I'm sure that was a case for a ton of you as well in the UK. And again, as I said, that's not even including Disney Plus's numbers, which isn't even a factor for things like I'm a Celebrity or Strictly. So, Doctor Who did incredibly well. I'll be incredibly curious to see if we ever get the Disney Plus figures. Apparently, some places release Disney Plus figures the month after, so we might get Doctor Who viewing figures on Disney Plus around Christmas time, which would be interesting, and I'll probably do an analysis of those. And I'll be interested to see what Wild Blue Yonder's consolidated figures were, because there's been a lot of good word of mouth for that episode, because in my opinion, it's one of the best Doctor Who's had in years, and it's had a lot of 5-star ratings from various places, such as Empire and various other places, I think Telegraph as well. So yeah, overall, Doctor Who's not going anywhere. It's done really, really well. Don't listen to people saying that it's dead. It's very much not. And just to really hammer this point home, if you look at the Series 4 viewing figures that are the consolidated numbers, of course we get some absurd figures at the beginning, like 13 million for the Christmas special, 9 million for the opening 2 episodes. But if you look at episodes like Planet of the Ood, one of my personal favourites, 7.5 million, so the Star Beast did better than that. The Sontaran Stratagem at 7 million. The Star Beast did better than that. Poison Sky at 6.53 million. Star Beast did better than that. The Doctor's Daughter at 7.33 million. You get a little bit of a bump for Unicorn and the Wasp there. But then look, Science in the Library, one of the most beloved episodes of Series 4, 6.27 million. And then yeah, you go up to about 7 or 8 million here. But my point is, if you actually look at the Series 4 viewing figures, even in 2008, this episode could slot quite comfortably in the middling range, and you wouldn't really bat an eye. So when people say that, oh, it's nowhere near where it was in Series 4, it actually kind of is. And that's without considering the nearly 15 years of changing TV ratings since, with streaming, with YouTube, with everything else. So yeah, actually when you look at it, Doctor Who's done really, really well. And Mr. TARDIS actually made a very good point. The 7.6 million figure is actually the highest figure since the Saranga Conundrum, 10 for the week behind Strictly Come Dancing and I'm Celebrity, what we've spoken about, and number 1 drama, an increase of 2.3 million from The Power of the Doctor, second drama of the week but 5th overall, audience share of 36.5, up 9.5% from Power of the Doctor, and the highest since The Ghost Monument. For comparison, a similar audience share to The Waters of Mars, 35.3%. And then yeah, he basically just goes on to say, if you actually look at it, The Waters of Mars was only the second highest viewed drama of the week with 9.94 million views, so that really goes to show you how many fewer people are watching TV in this current landscape. So yeah, overall, Doctor Who's doing better than it has been in years. If it was dead, I wouldn't still be here talking about it. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below your thoughts, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you later.